and I very seriously believe in this,
Yes.
that there should not be any part timers in this profession. 2 साल का waiting period है ना,
हाँ.
आप आज लोगे, 2 साल
हाँ.
बाद
हाँ.
at least you will be covered.
Yes.
अगर आज आप नहीं लोगे तो वो 2 साल का पीरियड और एक्सटेंड हो जाएगा, 1 साल और एक्सटेंड हो जाएगा. My goal is to reach to a destination. अब
Yes.
कितना पॉटहोल आएगा, I don't care. I have to go through it. कितना सड़क खराब है, कितना रेड लाइट है, कितना ट्रैफिक है, it doesn't matter to me. My goal is to reach to that destination, and I will make sure I reach, and I reach safe, reach in time. Absolutely, absolutely. Cyber insurance is similar to how a two-wheeler or four-wheeler insurance is
Okay.
for anybody who is dealing. Most common example is a credit card fraud.
Business networking. I know that's your expertise. You are very active member in BNI from many years. You have been teaching networking. You have been a networking strategist for a lot of your fellow joinees of BNI. So, कितना important है networking? Advisor के लिए, financial advisor के लिए.
Very important. Or every financial advisor, they understand that, and the data tells that every BNI chapter has at least 4 categories: life insurance, health insurance, mutual fund, and stock broking, and at least three categories: life, health, and general insurance, and mutual fund also. So these 4 categories are all filled.
Hey Mohit, welcome to this podcast. It's such a pleasure to have you today. And let me start by asking you, you have been into corporate life. After your management studies, you got into corporate life. And from corporate life, you chose this profession of financial advisory. I mean, there must be a strong reason for that. So I would like to know what exactly made you got into this profession.
Yeah. First of all, thank you, Sachin, for this opportunity. And we've been talking about a lot of things in our conversation, and we came up to this session where we talk about our journey, and maybe something which we were discussing during our conversation. So thank you for collating all this, and making it what do you say, a truth. Uh, So coming back to your question, uh, I will take you back a little, many years back, when from where this seed was grown.
Yes.
So when I was in my school, and I think about in 10th, uh, after completing my 10th, there are holidays.
Yes.
So I thought, why not to start something of maybe small job, or try to earn something kind of. So I started working with a small marketing company, where they used to sell. They used to give us small timepiece, and bottle of containers with its three jar of in one in inside,
Okay.
and they used to tell us go and sell. So
Oh.
we used to go every day to societies, to market, to various places, and lot of bash we used to get from security guards, from residents of the societies. Who are you? From where you are? You have come here, and all that. So I think what all I started in my financial consultancy. It was a role of that journey that has given me a confidence of never die attitude, because this industry is very demanding industry, and lot of rejections, like 2-3% of success you get if you are very good. So somebody who is not coming from sales background, or maybe a business background, from family side and from genetics, it is really very difficult to survive in this market. So why I chose this particular industry was, as an investor, I used to invest in mutual funds, and my father told me to invest. He introduced me to mutual funds, and through that journey for about 7-8 years, when I used to invest, I used to learn about many things. Then there were few friends who were into insurance. They also give me some inputs. One or two friends also put me for some time into insurance, but it didn't work out for me then. It was about say 2000, 2001. But when I came to Goa,
Hmm.
it was not a deliberate kind of an
Hmm.
effort.
Hmm.
When
Hmm.
I came to Goa, we came for a purpose, and
Hmm.
to start that purpose, we had a little time.
Hmm.
And I thought, why not to again start something of your own? Meanwhile, that project is coming up.
Hmm.
So, and this happened to be, I read a newspaper, and there was a regular article required
Hmm. Hmm.
retired
Hmm.
people and part-time
Hmm.
workers and all
Hmm.
that.
Hmm.
So I
Hmm.
started. I went there and I found
Hmm.
that's an insurance company, and
Hmm.
that's how I started.
Yes.
What
Yes.
triggered me? What triggered me was the training part, because
Okay.
in 2001 I joined the same company, which I again joined at this instance, and their training module is fantastic.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that led me that, all right, let me do the training, let me learn this again.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
And that has become a very regular thing for me, where I stress myself to train myself
Hmm.
as
Hmm. Hmm.
much as possible.
Hmm.
Even if
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
don't know anything, I will train. Even if I have trained in that, I will do multiple times,
Hmm.
so that I
Hmm.
get
Hmm.
different perspectives
Hmm.
of those kind of
Hmm.
trainings.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
And yes, because I saw there is a huge gap in
Hmm.
because our industry is more of sales driven.
Hmm.
There
Hmm.
are very few, very rare chances people work towards service part, and which is the
Hmm. Hmm.
hugest part, which is huge, and like
Hmm. Hmm.
not many people are bothered about it.
Hmm.
So I thought I want to fill that vacuum,
Hmm.
and that's
Hmm.
how I land up into.
Mm-hmm. In fact, I smell a very genuine concern for people out there. I mean, like a lot of people join this profession, as you rightly pointed out, as part timer for passive income. But you got into it full time. You liked the
Yes,
training, and then you found a gap, and you thought service is something that is going to be your focus area. So that's what I'm saying. And a genuine concern for customers' need is a precursor for getting into advising business. If
right,
Because without having that genuine care, no, for your customers, a person will never be able to deliver a good advice.
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean that's the core of it, and I'm very glad you focused on this. In fact, let me also now, since we have started, आपने जो specifically बोला कि ad देखा आपने कि part time advice, part time लोग चाहिए, retired लोग चाहिए. I not only those, but there are a lot of advisors who are part timers in this
True.
profession. Okay, मेरे को पर्सनली लगता है कि दिस इज नॉट अ गुड थिंग फॉर दिस इंडस्ट्री. And I, because a full timer like you who gets into training, gets into a complete setup of your business, you involve your time. Okay, or and many times you also have people in the industry who are not doing it as a full time career. So from a client's perspective, how do you think a client has to look at this?
I 100% agree to this point, and I very seriously believe in this,
Yes.
that there should not be any part timers in this profession. This is
Hmm. That's a
somehow
very hard statement. That's a very hard statement, but I
I,
I I second it.
I agree to it, because I have seen people suffering, clients
Hmm.
suffering because of bad service or no
Hmm.
service.
Okay.
And this industry is based on very high values. A lot of money is involved in it. A lot of high stakes are involved in it.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
are
Hmm.
covering somebody's life. You
Hmm.
are covering somebody's property. You are
Hmm.
trying to mitigate the risk of a lot of things. Employees are there. Your vehicles are there. Your properties, your factories are there. Your stocks are there. So a lot of things are there. Huge money is involved. And in that, when a claim comes and there is no
Hmm.
one to give service, or there is a delay in service,
Hmm.
that's the area of work which I would suggest any new
Hmm.
person who is coming should work
Hmm.
towards.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
why I said, why I strongly
Hmm.
believe in
Hmm.
there should not be
Hmm.
part timers.
Hmm.
I didn't mean that
Hmm.
part timers should. I
Hmm.
mean that there should not be. They should decide whether they
Hmm.
want to come. Everybody would start to check
Hmm.
whether I can be successful or not.
Hmm.
Initially, it might not trigger, or it might trigger, but
Hmm.
you have to mentally prepare yourself whether
Hmm.
this industry is for you or not.
Hmm. Hmm.
If you
Hmm.
really believe that you can
Hmm.
serve,
Hmm.
not
Hmm.
sell. If you are
Hmm.
coming to
Hmm.
sell,
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
think you might survive it
Hmm.
for
Hmm.
1 or 2 years,
Hmm.
3 years. After
Hmm.
that, if you are
Hmm.
coming to
Hmm. Hmm.
serve in
Hmm.
this industry, then you
Hmm.
can survive for long. People will
Hmm.
come to
Hmm.
you only because of service, not because of
Hmm.
sale.
आपने
And
बहुत
this
बढ़िया
this
पॉइंट
whole
बोला।
this industry is sales driven,
हम्म
but the back end is all service.
आपने एक अच्छा पॉइंट बोला, डोंट कम इन दिस इंडस्ट्री टू सेल। और जब मैं दोनों को कंबाइन करके देखता हूँ, दैट कोई पार्ट टाइम ज्वाइन कर रहा है और ज्वाइनिंग टू सेल बिकॉज ऑफ सम एक्स्ट्रा इनकम, वो कमिटमेंट थोड़ा हिल जाएगा ऑब्वियसली।
True,
And you're
true, true,
absolutely right. So it's probably,
true.
it's a very good message that you're giving to clients who are looking at advisors. They have to look at these parameters, and I would take
I
this
think
as.
one of the parameter a client should see that uh, the person with whom they are doing such kind
Hmm,
of business should
hmm,
be in this business for at least 5 years. That
hmm,
should be
hmm,
the minimum benchmark for
hmm,
anyone to assess that if the
hmm,
person is there for 5 years, even
hmm,
part time, but he
hmm,
is surviving, he is doing business, and he has a good client base.
hmm,
Then
hmm,
only if say initially we don't get a lot of claims, we
hmm,
initially
hmm,
we get to sell. So
hmm,
somebody
hmm,
has to check that all right, we are selling, but we should also focus on small activities which are required to service, like
hmm,
your KYC is complete, your
hmm, hmm,
email
hmm.
ID is there, your mobile number is there, your bank account is there in the insurance policy. All those kind of things have to be updated. Whether
Nॉमिनेशन,
a new
कितने पॉलिसीज का
nomination.
नॉमिनेशन ही नहीं है, this is very
True,
important
true,
thing,
true.
हाँ.
A newborn baby has child has born, and whether he or she is included in the health insurance at the appropriate time or
Yes,
not.
yes,
So
yes, yes.
these are the things as a consultant I have to make sure that I should
Hmm,
ask client. Client should not ask me, "Arey, this has to be done," whether it is to be done or not. If
hmm,
if he understands, then he'll come back. It's okay. But it is your priority to understand that all right, the baby is born. He's 91 days now. It has to be added in the policy.
hmm,
So all
hmm.
these kind of things you have to have a track of it.
और you because all these things आपने बोला है, this is all knowledge driven और experience driven, ये immediately लोगों को समझ में नहीं आता है, so इसके लिए 5 years being in the industry is a precursor. Okay, ये एक चीज हो गया. I really want you to, मैं थोड़ा purposely आपको इसमें dig कर रहा हूँ because इससे ना audience को अच्छा knowledge आएगा. एक आपने बोला कि 5 साल, someone has to be in this industry for 5 years, that is one parameters. Or एक दो parameters if you could just tell, it would work well for the audience to actually select their advisor.
I think people should compare not just for on the basis of premium. This is
अच्छा.
a really bad
हम्म
habit
हम्म
of a client. They compare it on the basis of premium. अरे इसका प्रीमियम अच्छा कम है, इसका प्रीमियम ज्यादा है, तो जो कम
हाँ,
प्रीमियम है वो चूज करूंगा. Uh,
राइट.
it has to be apple to apple. Uh,
ओके.
if say X amount of premium and
हम्म
Y amount of premium which is higher, the Y
हम्म
amount of premium must have some kind of
हम्म
additional benefits to it. So you
हम्म
have to compare. You have to see the chart of all the coverages on
हम्म
which it will be very clear and clearly defined whether what all coverages
हम्म
which company is providing, and according to check the premium.
हम्म
If the premium is little higher, but you are getting the appropriate coverage which is required, I
हम्म
think premium should not be the criteria. This
हम्म
is this
हम्म
is something which is very mandatory kind of thing.
हम्म
Second, which is a very frequent asked question, that how to assess how much cover we require.
हम्म
This is a very
हम्म
common question,
हम्म
especially women ask, because they get
ओके.
confused that um, uh, for us 5 lakh is enough.
ओके.
Okay, 5 lakh is enough. But what will happen if something I'm talking about in terms of health insurance? What if your first claim comes beyond 10 lakh? What do you do?
यस, यस.
So my usual suggestion is that uh, it should be either 5 lakh per person.
ओके. ओके.
So family of four, it will be 20
ओके, पर पर्सन.
uh,
ओके.
per person, 5 lakh for the
हम्म
age of till 35, till
हम्म
the age of 35. If you are 35 plus to say 40, 45, then it should be at least 10 lakh per person.
ओके, फैंटास्टिक.
And beyond 50, you should have at least 20 lakh cover individually. If beyond 50, mostly children would be away. Children would be
हम्म
adult and they will have a separate policy. So couple can have 20 lakh plus policy
हम्म
minimum criteria. So because I
हम्म
have seen as the age grows,
हम्म
initially you don't have
Hmm.
those kind of issues where medical happens.
Hmm. Hmm.
It is basically on the OPD or such kind of small hospitalization.
Hmm.
But in higher age, you never know how much is the cover. I
Hmm.
have few
Hmm.
clients who have suffered heavy claims of 35,
Hmm.
40 lakhs,
Oh.
and it was really dangerous if they wouldn't have not covered by them.
Oh. Yeah, I mean,
So
so much of savings would have just got wasted on one incident. You
and
have saved
yeah,
that money over a period of time.
true,
Yes.
true, true, true. So people
Hmm.
who are aware, they know, they understand the value of getting a good health cover. But then
Hmm.
there are issues where people don't have much income. The major issue is people don't have income,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
onto that they forget to save.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's the challenge where they find themselves in a kind of a mess where they want to buy a higher cover, but they don't have money to buy it,
Hmm.
and they have a slightly lesser income, but they forget to save.
Hmm.
Even if somebody is earning, say, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, 25,000, you can start a small 500 recurring deposit or
Hmm.
1,000 rupees SIP. In
Hmm.
an year, 1,000 SIP will become 12,000 rupees.
Hmm. Hmm.
At least
Hmm.
I'm not calculating the value which is increased, but at least you'll have 12,000 rupees. If
Hmm.
an
Hmm.
individual or a couple wants to buy
Hmm.
a health insurance even for 5 lakh, it will be around 10,000 rupees.
Okay. Hmm.
So if you have a habit in advance of
Hmm.
saving
Hmm.
or investing in right
Hmm.
areas,
Hmm.
you will not fall into that kind of trap where you want to buy a health insurance, you don't have money. I think
Hmm.
this is what the kind of education I try to give to
Yes. Yes.
everyone, whosoever is my client or not.
Hmm.
I try to give this message that, boss, you don't want to get in any hard
Yes.
times. It's
Yes.
better to start today. Don't think of I'll start tomorrow, because tomorrow is already gone today.
Hmm. I think
Because
you yes,
because
correct.
paperwork takes time.
Yeah, paperwork takes time. Or absolutely, but when and as you grow older, probably if something goes wrong with your medical reports, then the taking that cover also becomes a little difficult. Okay, and that is the time when you need it, you probably will not get it.
Yes,
And this is
absolutely.
this is
People,
one product. This is one product where I feel you cannot buy it when you need it. Like term
absolutely.
insurance or a health insurance. All other product,
Yeah.
मेरा phone टूट गया, मेरे को phone का need है, I can buy a phone tomorrow.
Buy a new one. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think don't wait for the need to arise.
सबसे सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज होता है कि पीपल व्हेन दे से द वेटिंग पीरियड,
हाँ,
अरे इसमें 2 साल का वेटिंग पीरियड क्यों है,
हाँ,
इसमें
हाँ.
3 साल का वेटिंग पीरियड क्यों है, इसमें ये क्यों नहीं. तो इट कैन बी एक्सप्लेन्ड इन अ मैनर कि
हम्म,
2 साल का वेटिंग पीरियड है ना, आप
हाँ,
आज लोगे, दो
हाँ,
साल बाद
हाँ.
एटलीस्ट यू विल बी कवर्ड.
Yes.
अगर आज आप नहीं लोगे तो 2 साल का पीरियड और एक्सटेंड हो जाएगा, 1 साल और एक्सटेंड हो जाएगा. आप अगले साल
True,
नहीं लोगे
true.
तो 2 साल का पीरियड और एक्सटेंड हो जाएगा.
नहीं, ये बहुत अच्छा पॉइंटर है इवन फॉर एडवाइजर्स हु आर वाचिंग ये आपको एडुकेट करना पड़ेगा क्लाइंट को कि वो वेटिंग पीरियड आप जो होता है वो आप डिले कर रहे हो, उतना ज्यादा आगे
राइट,
बढ़ना पड़ेगा आपको.
राइट,
और वो
राइट.
इम्पोर्टेंट इम्पोर्टेंट
और
पार्ट है.
एक एक साल आप अपने साथ एक नई डिजीज को, यू नेवर नो अंदर क्या चल रहा है.
एब्सोल्युटली.
आई विल गिव यू अ स्मॉल एग्जांपल.
हम्म.
कभी हाथ में ऐसे यहाँ पर
हम्म.
पेन होगा,
हम्म. हम्म.
वील अवॉइड. शोल्डर में पेन होगा, वील अवॉइड, अरे कुछ नहीं. बट check after 2 years, some disease is growing here.
हम्म.
You will come
हम्म.
to know after 2 3 years. अरे
हम्म.
ये तो मेरे को सर्वाइकल पेन हो रहा
हम्म.
है
हम्म.
और स्पॉन्डिलाइटिस हो रहा है.
हम्म.
You
हम्म.
never know, because
हम्म.
I'm just
हम्म.
giving you an example. But we
हम्म.
ignore pain. If
हम्म.
बैक में पेन हो रहा है तो थोड़ा सा एक्सरसाइज करके, मनूवर करके, वी ट्राई टू अवॉइड एंड कैरी ऑन.
हम्म.
बट आफ्टर 2 3 years यू माइट फील के बैक पेन हो रहा है, मेरा लंबर शुरू हो गया, माय sciatica प्रॉब्लम इज देयर, और in higher age, even in younger age also, these things are happening.
Yes,
So
yes,
when
yes,
you
yes.
when you when you get a smallest of the pain, try to
Hmm.
see, try to diagnose it, where that pain is coming from,
Hmm.
and just check whether you have a health insurance or not.
Absolutely. And in fact, ये अच्छा point बोला मोहित जी आपने, because as you are aging, you are you are definitely going to you're probably you're waiting for an incident to happen. or
Absolutely.
before that incident happens, you need to be preparing yourself. And I know that you are actually, more focused on health insurance product. I know that, your main criteria or main passion is driven with, making people, uh, take safeguard against some health emergencies, or that's a very good thing, because you're not focusing on some, big uh, policies of big premium in, in terms of ULIP and other thing. I see that your focus is more on health insurance to start with.
Yeah.
That's excellent. और एक आपने एक अच्छी बात बोली है, just Mohit, and I just want probably you to elaborate on this. आपने बोला people don't save, सेविंग नहीं है, ओके, और प्रोटेक्शन भी नहीं है, कवरेज भी नहीं है, डिले भी है सब इंश्योरेंस में, और सेविंग भी नहीं है टू ग्रो द वेल्थ. एंड दिस आर क्वाइट एविडेंट स्टैटिस्टिकली ऑल्सो. द पेनिट्रेशन ऑफ फाइनेंशियल प्रोडक्ट्स इन इंडिया इज वेरी लो, अराउंड
True.
5% और लेसर. क्या करें, मतलब व्हाट इज दिस why is it that people are not getting attracted or prioritizing financial products in their life?
I think there's a very huge role of education in this,
Okay.
and I truly believe that insurance, and especially medical insurance or health insurance, should be one of the major subjects in
Hmm.
our curriculum, at least in the higher education,
Hmm. Hmm.
because
Hmm.
you have a lot of people who are slowly and gradually moving towards health and wellness.
Hmm.
That's a way of life,
Hmm. Hmm. Yes.
but
Yes.
still you can maintain a healthy life, but you can't
Hmm.
avoid any unforeseen circumstances.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like we are seeing so many things. It's not only the health insurance or medical insurance doesn't only cover the hospitalization part, it also covers the accidental hospitalization part.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Somebody is going on a two-wheeler and a tree
Hmm.
fall.
Hmm. Yes.
It's a major issue. Trees
True.
are falling, pillars are falling,
Hmm.
lampposts are falling.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
You are standing, you are going nowhere. You are just standing at the side of the
Hmm.
road,
Hmm. Hmm.
and somebody comes and hit you from nowhere.
Hmm. Hmm. Then what?
Even say I am standing 100 meters away from a red light.
Hmm.
On a red light, a bike stops,
Hmm.
and a car behind that was coming a little fast. To avoid that bike
Hmm.
guy, he maneuver his steering,
और आपको आकर.
his car turn off and come
Hmm.
up to me to hit me.
Yes.
Not my
हो
fault.
सकता है. हो सकता है, रोज होता है.
Yeah. So it is not only to be considered कि हमको कोई health issue होगा तभी हमको health insurance की जरूरत पड़ेगी.
Hmm.
There are instances where whole family has gone in a car accident. One of my
Hmm.
prospective client with whom I was in talk with for a health insurance, and he
Hmm.
said, Mohit, I'll come back and then we'll proceed with this. And unfortunately, he never came back. He and
Hmm.
his 5-year-old daughter died in a car accident. The whole family was
Hmm.
traveling.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So
These are hard
it it
realities. आपने आप बोल रहे हो, सच सच बात है.
it
It keeps
is
happening.
it is so painful for as a human being and
Hmm.
as a consultant that I
Hmm.
could not able to do anything for him.
Hmm.
I don't
Hmm.
know where his rest of the family members. I could not able to find out. So
Hmm.
it is really difficult for. I am a very emotional person. So
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
unfortunately, in this stream, emotions doesn't work well. But
Hmm. No, I
I
would
can't
say
help
I
it.
would say these are important because genuinely अगर देखा जाओगे तो ये फील्ड में ट्रस्ट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, और ट्रस्ट विदाउट इमोशंस विल नेवर वर्क. सो इमोशन इज अ गुड
True.
थिंग एज पर मी. आई मीन it's a good thing to have, and advisors who are emotional and passionate are the best advisors as per me. I think these are the tick marks, right?
Right.
ये बहुत बढ़िया बोला आपने. इनफैक्ट मैं जब one is health product that you are very keen on. ओवरऑल फाइनेंशियल गोल्स जो होते हैं ना क्लाइंट के, ओके, वो गोल्स सब लोग बोलते हैं वो ड्रीम्स और रियलिटी में फर्क है. अ गोल विदाउट अ प्लान इज जस्ट अ विश. Okay, and I
Yes.
I know that lot of advisors are trying to convert people's dreams or their clients' dreams into a reality. Okay, और उसके लिए वो फाइनेंशियल गोल प्लानिंग करते हैं. सो एंड दिस इज द ट्रेंड which I see now happening. आपको मतलब उसके बारे में क्या कहना है? What do you think? Is this a proper trend, or is it going to be an a la carte selling of products piece by piece?
So it depends. It depends on a consultant. There
Okay.
are many different school of thoughts onto it.
Hmm.
But as I said, people, most of the people, why they believe that they suffer in their life is
Hmm.
because they don't start investing. They only think that we will
Hmm.
invest.
Hmm.
They don't start.
Hmm.
And even if I have seen, even if a
Hmm.
consultant help them out in some kind
Hmm.
of goal planning,
Hmm.
they will say, okay, we'll think about it. So
Hmm.
I think as an individual or as a family, it is very
Hmm.
important.
Hmm.
If your goal is say for your child education or for your
Hmm.
own retirement,
Hmm.
as I said earlier, also today is the time to start, and don't
Hmm.
delay it from today.
Hmm. Hmm.
Even if
Hmm.
you start small, you can
Hmm.
start because the consistency of that start will
Hmm.
give you much better returns than the money or the amount.
Hmm.
If you start 1000 rupees for an year for next 5 years, you are already saving 12,000 rupees in a year and 60,000 rupees
Hmm.
per in 5 years. And
Hmm.
hence the different instruments will help you in growing that money.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that consistency is important. It is not
Hmm.
important that you can invest only 5,000 rupees or I want to invest only 10,000 rupees. No, start from today. In a year's time, you will get 10,000 rupees.
Hmm.
By the
Hmm.
time your financial status would also be a little more better,
Hmm.
and you will
Hmm.
feel little confident when you have under your belt 12,000 rupees.
Hmm.
You will feel much better that at
Hmm.
least I have something.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that confidence, the job of a consultant is to bring that confidence
Hmm.
in the client that start now, start today, start
Hmm.
small, magar start.
Hmm.
Don't
Hmm.
delay it for tomorrow.
Yeah,
And people
you.
who are doing this, uh, they actually suffer more. I mean to say consultants,
Yes,
because
yes, yes,
they spend a lot of time in make the client understand,
yes,
and it is very difficult for a consultant to make a client understand
yes,
this small thing.
yes. But आजकल ये तो reality है. सबको सब everyone knows that inflation is for real. You know, the things are. अगर आप देखोगे the education cost, like if in a house there are two kids with a gap of say 4 or 5 years, the parents are actually experiencing that 4 साल पहले जो फीस था वो 4 साल छोटे बच्चे को नहीं है. So inflation is real. It is real. So a financial advisor, I strongly believe, can actually help you to get clarity on your goal. I know a lot of parents, if when we ask them आपका like बच्चे को क्या बनाना, मैं बच्चे को डॉक्टर बनाना चाहता हूँ for example, but they don't even know what is the cost of medical fees today. और बच्चे छोटी है 2 साल की. So then after say 15 years, the inflated value of that cost of education would be very different. And if
True.
you start planning for it when she is say 16 11 standard mein, and then many parents land up actually spending their
More
retirement
amount.
saving on this.
True. True. True.
और
True. True.
उसके लिए आई स्ट्रांगली बिलीव दैट एक एडवाइजर होना चाहिए एंड पीपल हैव टू एक्चुअली साइन अप विद एन एडवाइजर who would guide them with all these calculations, who would guide them to be on track, start early. I strongly advocate advisors basically who are yes, clients are not ready for it. आप बहुत एफर्ट डालने पड़ते हैं. यू आर एब्सोल्युटली राइट. देयर आर एडवाइजर्स एंड एट सम पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम दे फील डिमोटिवेटेड बिकॉज दे टेल 10 clients about goal planning, but clients are you know not serious about it at present. Yeah, but those clients who probably listen to you and get into that are more successful.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Because they can either they understand, they know about it, or they surrender to the consultant. All right, जो आप
Hmm.
बोलोगे
Hmm.
वो हम करेंगे.
Hmm.
So in both cases, there is a trust factor, and
Hmm.
trust factor comes, I believe, because of two things. One, the client is he has the knowledge about system.
Hmm.
Only
Yes.
thing,
Yes.
having a knowledge doesn't mean that they start doing everything.
Hmm.
If
Hmm.
their core job is something else and they want to start investing, they
Hmm.
can invest. But
Hmm.
then it is always better to have a consultant to take a second opinion.
Hmm.
I have few clients with whom I've said that, all right, you want to do it by
Hmm.
yourself.
Hmm.
Every 15 day or every 1 month, let's have a review of what you have done.
Hmm.
I will not charge you heavily. Pay me as and when. as you go, or per consultancy, and we will discuss. We have a good chat about what kind of investment they have, and I suggest them, yeah, you are going right, absolutely fine, you are doing good, okay. So many times what happens is that even consultant, they think till the time a client come on board with me, I will not suggest, I will not give my consultancy. No, I think we all need to grow up. We if I am today saying that the insurance, the investment part should be a part of curriculum, because if my client is educated about the system, he understands how a health insurance work, how life insurance work, how mutual fund work, how stocks work, how loans work, then it is easier for me to make him understand, invest, don't invest here, invest in all these buckets. And he understands that there is a time when money starts growing. They have to give that time. So all these small things, you might feel that I am talking about very basic. I think this basic is very important. People are not doing these kind of basics.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
many people come and ask that, "Arey, stock market kaisa chal raha hai?"
Ah,
I don't see stock market every day. That is not my job.
yes.
For information, I might see in my on my laptop itself that what is Sensex is doing and what is. I'm not worried because I am gaming for the
Yes.
long term
Long-term
basis.
invest. Yes.
So say I'm driving scooter or a car, and I am trying to see every pothole which is there in front of me.
पहुंचोगे नहीं आप.
So
You will not reach your
that is that
destination.
that is what the mindset is. My goal is to reach to a destination. अब
Yes.
कितना pothole आएगा, I don't care. I have to go through it. कितना सड़क खराब है, कितना रेड लाइट है, कितना ट्रैफिक है, it doesn't matter to me. My goal is to reach to that destination, and I will make sure I reach, and I reach safe, reach in time.
This is a good
So
example. You reach on time. Don't focus on unnecessary potholes. Focus on
yes,
the basic goal.
yes. So the people who are very enthusiastic about every day what is market is
Yes, yes,
doing, what it
yes,
is
yes.
doing. I don't have a trading mindset. I have an
Yes,
investing mindset.
yes, yes,
So I don't
yes,
I don't see life on a trading basis.
yes.
So anything short term, I would ignore because my goal is long term. Even if I'm getting a loss, I know it will recover later.
Right, right. I mean,
So same with me as my career also. It has been
hmm,
like that. My goal is to achieve something. I
hmm,
am with that. I am not
hmm,
worried if 1 or 2 years goes bad, something happens. Sometimes job losses happen and all those kind of things. I
hmm,
was never worried. I was confident I will do better in
hmm,
long term.
hmm,
So I'm a marathon runner, you can
hmm,
say.
hmm.
So
मैं आपको I'll give you three choices, which you think has to be the first option for the client. Term insurance, health insurance, ki SIP.
I think priority should be health insurance first.
Okay, okay.
Because if today something happens,
Hmm,
your money, your saved money, whatever you have saved, you got from parents, say newly married couple, a lot of gold would be there, some additional saving if you have done, that might go off.
hmm,
So I think priority should be health insurance,
hmm,
then term insurance, or
hmm,
if you have the capability, simultaneously both.
hmm, hmm,
And
hmm,
I always tell people, don't be in that mindset कि 1 crore का ही
hmm,
term plan लेना है.
hmm, hmm,
अरे
hmm, hmm,
if you are married
hmm,
and you don't have kids, you can
hmm,
start with 50 lakh for both
hmm,
of you,
hmm,
both the couple partners, both the
hmm,
partners,
hmm,
and so it will be an equal opportunity for both of them.
hmm,
Health
hmm,
insurance is any which ways floater now these days. Partner is also covered, or spouse is covered, whether married or working or housewife, they are
hmm,
covered. So
hmm,
I think first priority should be health insurance, and
hmm,
then life insurance, term
hmm,
insurance, and then
hmm,
SIP. And
hmm,
I have a very good this will be an open to many other consultants who have not never thought of it, that if you have bought a health insurance and a term insurance, never encourage your client to go for a monthly premium paying, because
okay.
there they will not be not earning anything. Rather than that, let them pay the full year premium,
Hmm,
and get them an SIP done for that, to
hmm,
to
hmm,
collect the
hmm,
next
hmm,
year premium amount. So in
hmm,
next year premium, if they are say saving 5,000 rupees a month,
hmm,
every month they are collecting some kind of units, and as
Hmm.
the NAV increases, their value of that investment will also increase. So by
Hmm.
the end
Hmm.
of the first year, they will have a slight increase in the. There
Hmm.
might be a
Hmm.
possibility in
Hmm.
going down also, but
Hmm.
seeing the positive side, there is a possibility of getting higher value.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
through
Hmm.
that, they can use
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
that SIP amount to pay the premium. They can
Hmm.
use it a debt fund or whichever is
True.
saving secured one.
Yes.
That way. So you are
So,
earning actually out of
so
that monthly thing rather than paying monthly amount on health insurance or life insurance. You are not getting anything here. You are getting
hmm.
additional value to it.
Basically, you're saying SIP. First thing is health, no doubt about it. Second is life insurance, term insurance, pure term plans. So
Yes.
that your family is secured. And third priority would be investments. SIP.
Yes. Yeah.
अगर 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 you like give strategically thinking, it's a very great idea that ये दोनों तो करो, लेकिन उसको सपोर्ट करने के लिए strategically आप SIP चालू कर लो, so that you don't feel the burden of paying it. Fantastic.
Yeah.
I think ये बहुत अच्छा strategy है. It will be very useful for even some advisors who are watching this today.
इसमें इसमें एक चीज और है, स्पेशली younger generation can take advantage of it. If somebody who has started working,
Hmm.
just completed the studies and they have got the job, they should start with SIP first,
Okay.
because mostly they will be covered either by the organization where they have joined or by the parents.
Hmm.
Their parents would take care till the time, I think, for 1 or 2 years, till the time they keep their foot stable, till the time they will take care of it. So
Hmm.
meanwhile they should focus on starting an SIP first.
Hmm.
For 2, 3, 4, 5 years they can
Hmm.
keep going on it,
Hmm.
and once they get married,
Hmm.
they can shift, they can, from the investment what they already have, they have done
Hmm.
saving, they can get a health insurance and term insurance for themselves and for spouse.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it will, as per the age, it will change a little bit.
Hmm.
So that's what I usually, whenever I'm giving somewhere sessions to college students, or sometime in the organization with the new
Hmm. Hmm.
recruitment, when I talk to them, I always say that start an SIP immediately. You
Okay.
will be any which ways, your salary would come 20, 25,000. You don't have liabilities as of now. So
Young
it's
people,
better to
yes.
start an SIP after 2 years.
Hmm.
Even if you want to do a job change, you want to do a higher study, you will have an ample amount with you, with for which you don't have to take additional education loan, or any other expense, or you don't have to ask from your parents to fund
Hmm.
your further education.
And if
So
this,
many people they understand that logic.
yeah, they will have enough. A lot of these youngsters today have a dream of being on their own. Like, startup culture is really here to stay in India. People wants to, like, a lot of them want to become an entrepreneur. So save करेंगे तो उनको वो dream achieve करने के लिए भी बहुत easy पड़ जाएगा.
True.
True. In fact, ये whatever we discuss right now, retail client आपने बहुत individual client I'm saying बहुत अच्छी तरह explain किया. I got to understand some very good strategic perspective about things. ये retail के लिए होगा, individual के होगा. Corporate clients का requirement also is changing compared to similar to what individual clients का हो रहा है. Like cyber security is becoming a very, very important aspect to cover. The threat of cyber security is here to stay, and that's real, right? And I know that you also do a lot of advising for some top corporates. Okay, is cyber insurance, cyber security के बारे में, like, what you think, from the commercial perspective,
I
commercial companies perspective.
I think it's a very important aspect, and it is not only there's a perception that cyber insurance is required only for IT companies.
Okay.
Every individual, small entrepreneur, a shopkeeper, a showroom owner, uh, anyone, people like us, anyone who is dealing with money through
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
bank, through internet banking, through mobile banking, through any other mode, these days
Hmm.
GPay and other
Hmm.
modes are there. It
Hmm.
is very important for a health insurance, the cyber insurance.
Hmm.
For
Hmm.
corporates, is much higher because they have data security threats. Their
Hmm.
clients' data is on. on the cloud. So
mm,
anything can happen. We have seen.
mm.
I've read so many articles on newspaper.
Yes.
Every day something is coming. Uh, One another point is where a lot of I would say sexual ransom is being done these days on WhatsApp calls,
Oh,
on Facebook messaging, where some nude person would connect you with on WhatsApp call, and they try to get the ransom done. That I will tell. Uh,
yes,
so
yes.
such kind of things are also becoming a cyber threat. Uh, a very
So
common
you have some
example.
safeguard. You have some safeguard for this also. Like this could
Yes,
be
yes, absolutely,
really the way things are,
absolutely.
happening with the internet. This is applicable to almost everyone.
Absolutely, absolutely. Cyber insurance is similar to how a two-wheeler or four-wheeler insurance is for
Okay.
anybody who is dealing. Most common example is a credit card fraud or a OTP call. You receive an OTP
Oh,
that
oh.
you receive a call that your credit card, your new card is being issued. We just require an OTP, and your card will be delivered to you within 24 hours, like that. So,
Hmm,
especially people who are in the higher age, senior citizens, they are very vulnerable in these kind of things, and especially with whom their children are not staying. So
hmm,
my father has gone through that, where he had to lose 9,000 rupees, and he didn't told
hmm,
me.
hmm,
He's telling me after a week.
hmm,
So it is very important.
hmm, hmm,
Any such
hmm,
incidents happen, you should talk about immediately to your family. You should inform that this is what happened. If something can be
hmm,
done within 24 to 48 hours,
hmm,
it is very likely that
hmm,
you might
hmm,
get that money back. But
hmm,
if you have not spoken to somebody, there's no chance. So
hmm, hmm,
people are to be aware about it. They should be
hmm,
open about it. People get scared that what other people will think, that अरे ये क्या हो गया, ये आपसे क्या हो गया, या कोई कुछ बोल देगा. I think we should not be scared of that. We should be really open कि ऐसा हुआ है. What is the solution? Because there will be times when people will get into a very deep trouble because of that.
hmm,
So I
hmm,
think for this, even corporates, I have seen many corporates have lost data, clients' data, their own because of the cyber attacks, and
hmm,
these are not small issues. The client can sue you on this basis, and there
hmm,
can be additional loss to you. So
hmm,
a
hmm,
business can come from here
hmm,
to here
hmm,
down just
hmm,
because of these small
hmm,
negligence.
hmm,
And I will tell you, the premiums are not so high for these kind
hmm,
of
hmm,
things, where
hmm.
it has to be avoided.
Yes, and because the losses are real. साइबर कॉल्स, साइबर फ्रॉड्स आर हैपनिंग. आप अटेम्प्ट तो हो रहा है हर दिन, आप अटेम्प्ट पास नहीं हो रहा है, फेल हो रहा है बिकॉज नाउ यू.
Every
यस,
day I am
एवरी डे.
receiving I every day I am receiving three calls. One is
विच
from
आर
plus triple
सस्पिशियस.
eight, plus triple eight,
हाँ,
plus triple eight. I don't know from where. I think from
हाँ,
Uganda or somewhere. Plus
हाँ,
triple eight, plus 121,
हम्म,
and another number. So
हाँ,
every day I am receiving at least three calls from such
हम्म,
kind of numbers from
हम्म.
different international
यस,
codes.
यस, यस.
I am not receiving it. I
नहीं,
know that's a fraud.
ये मेरे साथ भी हुआ है, जहां पर एक कॉल आया कि थ्रू अ प्रॉपर आईवीआर कि आपके जो नंबर है, देयर आर मल्टीपल फोन नंबर्स विच आर रजिस्टर्ड इन ऑन दिस नंबर एंड आपका नाम, एंड वी आर गोइंग टू बैन दिस नंबर्स इन नेक्स्ट 2 hours. प्लीज टॉक टू आवर कॉल सेंटर, प्रेस सम नंबर्स, एंड देन उधर से वो आगे चल के लेके जाता है, एंड देन दे गेट यू इनटू दैट होल ट्रैप. लेकिन इतना जेन्युइन लगता है, यू नो कि आईवीआर से आ रहा है, आपका नंबर 2 घंटे में ब्लॉक हो जाएगा, यू नो ये कर लो. तो फियर फैक्टर के कभी कभी वो माइंडसेट में लोग एक्शन लेते भी हैं, दबाते हैं और अंदर घुसते भी हैं.
So, so, so.
I mean, this is happening commonly. आपने मतलब you are saying that cyber security is not only for individual, I mean, corporates, which was till now everyone believed that cyber security is for top corporates, okay, or especially
No,
IT
no, no. It
industry.
is
वो
it
सबके
is
लिए
for
है.
everyone. Everyone, even a family. These
Okay,
days, every young kid has a mobile phone.
okay.
Everyone is on Facebook. Everyone is on Instagram. There are bullying happening. There is eve teasing happening on these online social media platforms.
Hmm, hmm, hmm,
Kids are going into depression. They are
hmm,
they are
hmm,
getting away from somebody is teasing them. Somebody is sending them nude photos,
hmm,
and
hmm,
all
hmm.
this is making them into going into depression. So all these kind of things are covered. So if somebody has to file a suit against all these, the cost of the legal cost will be covered. Consulting of a psychiatrist or a psychologist for mental health consultancy, all these things are
So
covered
these are the
under
specific
that.
covers for retail clients, for
Yes,
individuals. Okay, and these are
yes. So
okay, okay.
families can take, parents can take and cover all 4 5 family members. Even for grand parents and all can be taken at
Hmm,
the higher age. So
hmm,
these things are, all these things are threats where
hmm,
money is involved, where
hmm,
mental well-being is involved.
hmm,
So because of that is happening, the insurance companies are considering that all right,
hmm,
such kind of coverages are to be promoted.
hmm, hmm. In fact, आपको सुनकर मेरे को when I'm listening to you from last so many minutes, you spoke so many strategic things. I would like to tell the audiences here a very important point. Lot of them believe that they can do their financial product buying by themselves through a phone. जैसे मैं आपको सुन रहा था ना, I was only getting more and more sure that everyone needs a financial advisor. The kind of products that are there, the kinds of structure it has, and the guidance that is required, the service part that is required. It is so immensely value adding for anyone and everyone to have an advisor. बिकॉज इतना सब कुछ इंडिविजुअली जब आप काम में बिजी रहते हो नहीं पॉसिबल होगा फॉर एनी इंडिविजुअल क्लाइंट यू नीड एन एक्सपर्ट फॉर इट एंड योर मनी इज इंपॉर्टेंट अगर आप और एंड दिस काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स एक्चुअली हेल्प यू ग्रो इन टर्म्स ऑफ फाइनेंशियल फाइनेंशियल टर्म्स अगर आपको राइट एडवाइस मिलता है सो इट्स लाइक आई जस्ट पुट इट अप डोंट बी पेनी वाइज एंड पाउंड फुलिश ओके
True.
यू हैव टू
Yeah.
हैव एन एडवाइजर आई मीन मेरे को तो लग रहा था कि जिससे आपने बोला सो मेनी थिंग्स विद सो मच ऑफ क्लैरिटी एंड सो मच ऑफ कन्विक्शन मेरे को लगा कि those people who are not focusing or thinking that I can do it myself, DIY, so those people should watch this podcast at least 2 times, and I'm sure not 2 times is not required. Even in one time, if they hear you properly, they will be convinced that they need an advisor. Thank you, Mohit. I think this is a very good outcome that has come during this discussion. I would like to shift the focus a little bit now on the fellow advisors because I know you have a lot to share with them as well. Because our channel is being watched by a lot of advisors also. They get to learn from community members, the fellow financial advisors. So एक challenge सबको आता है ना for financial advisors is they all operate individually. We started by saying that you have to be a full time advisor और ये full time advisor का progression में अगर आप जर्नी में देखोगे you will have to build a team. इंडिविजुअली आप
Right.
ज्यादा नहीं कर पाओगे यू विल बी नॉट एबल टू डिलीवर द बेस्ट ऑफ सर्विसेज टू योर क्लाइंट्स फॉर यू इट माइट बी एन इजी थिंग बिकॉज यू आर मैनेजमेंट ग्रेजुएट उसके बाद आपने कॉर्पोरेट लाइफ में बहुत टाइम स्पेंड किया सो इट केम नेचुरली टू यू टू सेट अप अ बिजनेस एंड डू ऑल दिस टाइम मैनेजमेंट एंड एवरीथिंग बट एक दो टिप्स इफ यू कुड गिव इट टू upcoming advisors and for basically team management or setting up administration part of their business.
I think first they should be open to train themselves. They should be
Okay.
open to any kind of training. Though they themselves, we ourselves are financial consultants, but I have seen that many financial consultants, they have their own financial challenges.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that is one area we all should work towards. I'll give you an example. A friend of mine is a dentist. So I
Okay.
was asking her that do you do your cleaning of teeth by yourself? No, I go to another
Hmm. Hmm.
doctor. So
Yes.
this thought triggered me something, and I thought that why not, as a financial consultant, I give my financials to some other consultant so that
Hmm.
I get a third party outlook of how good well I am managing. So if this starts, so the community will increase and
Yes.
community will start working to help each
Yes.
other.
Yes.
We have our own clients. Sometimes
Yes.
what happens is when you tell a client that sir, this particular plan is really fantastic, you should go for it. He will ask you, you have bought this plan, no?
Hmm.
So we have to tell them that sir, every plan that we sell, we can't buy ourselves.
Yes.
it is suitable for you. I am telling you because of our experience and the system what I am. It is suitable to you. It is not suitable to me.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
it is not about that if somebody is investing 1 crore rupees, so I should have also invested 1 crore rupees, then only I will be able to tell you that this investment is good or not. That thought process is little dangerous because
Mm,
then as a consultants, we see the market as a kind of a bird eye view. So we client is working on its own goals, on his own business, on his own work. They don't have time to study all these kind of things. We attend so many training, we attend so many seminars, we attend so many business networking uh,
mm, mm,
meetings where
mm,
we understand, we learn from other people,
mm.
and those things get imbibed in our whole system, through
Mm,
which we then mark out or tick mark that all right, this is suitable for this particular client, or this strategy is suitable for this particular
mm,
client, it
mm,
will help
mm.
them grow. So such kind of things, when you meet, when you train from others, when you get to learn a lot of things, then only you will
Yes.
be able to figure it out how to use it for your own client. And
Mm.
uh, another thing is, I think business networking is a very important
Yes.
part
Yes.
of
Yes.
this whole system, because
Mm.
how much contact, maybe you have 1000 contacts, but
Yes.
not all of them will buy from you.
सही है.
I have seen the closest people around us will not buy from us.
हाँ.
That's a very challenging situation. It is to convince. There are few reasons to it, so that they believe that in the close relation there should not be any kind of friction, and because
Hmm.
of
Hmm.
all those financial things
Hmm.
later,
Hmm.
or if something goes wrong, we should not get into any kind of
Hmm. Hmm.
bad relationship. So that is one aspect. But I see the other part, that I
Hmm.
am the right person because I know your family background.
Hmm. Hmm.
I know what you as a person are. I
Hmm.
can help you with a much better strategy rather than any other consultant, because he has to understand your whole system again.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that's what whole learning is like. If I give you an example, that we get into deep down when we talk about somebody consulting about health insurance, we
Hmm.
try to gauge in how many generations somebody has got a heart attack or a cancer or any such diseases, from
Hmm.
how many generations that is coming, how many
Hmm.
from both sides, say from the father side, from mother side. So
फैमिली
that
हिस्ट्री चेक
way,
करते हो.
all those things come into our genes. There is a
Hmm.
possibility, if there is a diabetic mother, the child might get maybe a little
Hmm.
delay
Hmm.
here and there,
Hmm.
but there is a major probability of coming
Yes.
diabetes into it. So when we talk to a client, we try to understand all those kind of things,
Hmm.
because that help us in giving them good coverage.
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
I said earlier, that what is the right coverage? These are the questions we ask from the client, whether you
Hmm.
have gone through any surgery, whether
Hmm.
any accident has happened,
So
what
basically,
kind
you're
of
saying
job you are into.
you need to have a proper system to collect data from your client.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And
Okay.
those questions, these days, so many this chat GPT is there.
Hmm.
You can make a questionnaire out of it. You can
Hmm.
ask question by
Hmm.
yourself, that what kind of questions are required, and then
Hmm.
put it on chat GPT and format it in a questionnaire, and
Hmm.
ask the question. Don't give it to the client in hand, that all right, they write it. No, you have
Hmm.
to
Hmm.
ask.
Hmm.
एज अ डॉक्टर, व्हेन दे आस्क आपको कहाँ दर्द हो रहा है, आपको पेट में
Hmm.
दर्द हो रहा है, आपको नीचे दर्द हो रहा है कि ऊपर दर्द हो रहा है, आप
Hmm.
जब लंबी सांस लेते हो तब दर्द होता है या दबाने से दर्द होता है. सो ऑल दीज क्वेश्चंस, they try to understand which organ has the problem, and by not getting into your body they can assess कि इसको किडनी का पेन है, या इसको लिवर में पेन है, इसको गॉल ब्लैडर में पेन है, या इसके मसल का इशू है, या इसके स्किन का इशू है.
So डेटा
तो
से होता है प्रॉपर डायग्नोसिस.
absolutely. And
Yes.
and when you collect and write it by yourself, it feeds into your mind. So
Hmm.
now you know that client's family history, medical
Hmm.
history,
Hmm.
and it is there with you. You can use it for his benefit and make him understand that, sir, there is a possibility आपको हार्ट अटैक ये एज के अंदर आ सकता है. तो कोशिश करके by the time you should have at least this much coverage
Hmm.
with you.
Hmm.
So for
Hmm.
that you should start saving or increase your investment amount to this, so that in the age of say 55, your premium would be somewhere
Hmm.
around say 1 lakh rupees. You should have
Hmm.
1
Hmm.
lakh rupees premium saved by your investment.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
Hmm.
you have to think on very long term, and you have to make the client understand, and client also understand, yeah, he is giving me some different kind of perspective which is
Hmm.
beneficial for me.
Hmm. Hmm.
10 years ahead he's telling me that
Yes.
there is a possibility, because you have a family history,
Yes.
there is a
Yes.
possibility you might get into some kind of deep medical trouble. Save it from now.
Hmm.
That
इनफैक्ट
is
आपने
what
अच्छे
is required.
यस आपने दो पॉइंट अच्छे बोले हैं कि जस्ट टू गेट आई थिंक आई एम श्योर एडवाइजर्स आर लिसनिंग टू यू एंड वुड डेफिनेटली इंप्लीमेंट दिस वन ऑफ कोर्स इज लाइक कंटिन्यूअसली ट्रेन योरसेल्फ राइट आपने बोला बिजनेस नेटवर्किंग इंपॉर्टेंट है एडवाइजर के लिए थर्ड आपने बोला कि सिस्टमेटिकली कस्टमर का डेटा कलेक्ट करो और स्टोर करो और एनालाइज करो आई थिंक दिस आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टिप्स इनफैक्ट और एक बात आई शुड हाईलाइट हियर आपने बोला कि योर एडवाइजर अगर मेरा आपका जो पोर्टफोलियो है गिव इट टू अनदर एडवाइजर so you are saying that advisors should not think that the other advisor is your competitor. In fact, he is your fellow community member, and I think that's
Yes,
very important. बहुत बार हम लोग देखते हैं कि एडवाइजर्स ऑन द फील्ड एक दूसरे को बोलते हैं मतलब क्लाइंट के पास जाके बोलते हैं वो नहीं है मैं उससे वो कितना खराब है मेरे से ज्यादा इट इज बेसिकली दैट थिंग इंस्टेड ऑफ ट्राइंग टू टेल हाउ कैन आई एड वैल्यू टू यू राइट आई मीन
true.
समवेयर वो प्रैक्टिस जो the advisors who are basically seeing all these practices happening around probably I mean this is business for everyone I agree with this business networking I know that's your expertise you are very active member in BNI from many years you have been I think you've been attending trainings across the country you've been giving trainings you have been teaching networking you have been networking strategies for a lot of your fellow joinees of BNI so कितना इंपॉर्टेंट है नेटवर्किंग एडवाइजर के लिए
So
फाइनेंशियल एडवाइजर के लिए
very important. Or every financial advisor, they understand that, and the data tells that every BNI chapter has at least four categories: life insurance, health insurance, mutual fund, and stock broking. And at
ओके
least three categories: life, health, and general insurance, and mutual fund also. So these four categories are all filled
हम्म
before a new chapter, a new group starts. These four people would be ready to be part of it.
हम्म
So
हम्म
that shows, because see, in our profession, we understand the importance of uh, networking, and we don't get clients like, they don't come to our office and take uh, insurance or take investments by themselves. We have to reach to at least 1,000 people to get our 100 clients.
हम्म
So that is the reason why we have to meet so many people. I think, if I don't have the exact numbers, but if not, then I have met at least 5,000 members to get my 300 clients.
एंड डज इट रियली हेल्प आई मीन नेटवर्किंग मतलब आप स्पेशली बीएनआई स्पेसिफिकली बीएनआई नो
It helps,
ओके
but it is not easy. It is
ओके
it is not something which everyone can do it. Lot of
हम्म
patience is required. Lot of
ओके
patience is required. You have to really work to the system, and you get to meet everyone. Sometimes
हम्म
people will say, boss, what are you doing? Are you working or not? मतलब
हम्म
कहीं पे भी जाते हैं आप दिख जाते हो, तो
हम्म
वो करना
हम्म
पड़ता है. दैट इज
और
आवर
और
जॉब.
और ऑफ कोर्स अगर आपको देखा जाओगे तो फाइनेंशियल एडवाइजर हैज टू स्पेंड एटलीस्ट 60% ऑफ द टाइम इन गोइंग एंड मीटिंग न्यू पीपल सम ऑफ द टॉप एडवाइजर्स आर very clear on this that my job is to not sit and do processing of policies or वो जो छोटे मोटे ऑपरेशनल जॉब में मेरे को वेस्ट नहीं करना है टाइम आई हैव टू बी ऑन द फील्ड मीटिंग न्यू पीपल मीटिंग एग्जिस्टिंग क्लाइंट्स आई थिंक ये क्लियरली बोला आपने बिकॉज ये करना चाहिए एब्सोल्युटली
This is part of prospecting. Till the time we
ओके
meet more people, till the time we reach out to more people. And where are people? People,
हम्म
मतलब हम हर एक के घर में तो नहीं जा सकते हैं.
हम्म
हम ज्यादा से ज्यादा अपने रेफरेंस के थ्रू किसी से मिल सकते हैं, एंड देन वी कैन फिक्स अप एन अपॉइंटमेंट एंड मीट. but it is not possible practically also to go to each and every house and say I'm a financial consultant, I do this and do this. It is practically not possible. Best
True,
part
true.
is to meet somewhere where more people are coming,
Hmm.
and we have to go to exhibitions, we have to go to fairs, we have to go to parties, we have to go to birthdays, marriages,
Hmm.
anywhere we go. We And it is not about selling. We are not
Eh,
selling anything. We
hmm.
are just engaging. We are just
Making
again
that connections,
making that correction, making our
connections.
own
Yeah.
data. We are
Hmm.
developing our data actually. When
Hmm.
we talk, when
Hmm.
we meet somewhere, and when we talk about their themselves, we try to find out what you do,
Hmm.
how have you come up to this level of whatever you are doing, what you like most,
Hmm.
आपको आप घर में कितना टाइम स्पेंड करते हो, आपके बच्चे कितने हैं. So that way we try to analyze that what this person's life is about.
Hmm.
We don't say कि अरे आपके पास हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस है या आपके पास लाइफ इंश्योरेंस है,
Hmm. Hmm.
मैं
Hmm.
आपको बताता हूँ ये प्लान, ये ऐसे होता
Hmm.
है, ये वैसा होता
प्रोडक्ट पिच मत करो,
है.
जेन्युइनली कनेक्ट करो.
That's a big no no. That's a
Hmm.
big no no. Never do this. So our job is to sell, but
Hmm.
selling is not by selling. Selling is by uh, marketing yourself. A
Hmm.
person, any person would judge you on two bases. One is your character, the
Hmm.
other is your competence. First is
Absolutely.
character. When they meet somebody, and what kind of behavior, what kind of body language, what kind of आप बात कैसी कर रहे हो. आप बात कर रहे हो, अरे
Hmm.
देश तो डूब रहा है और ऐसा हो रहा है और ये बुरा हो रहा है.
सबको
they
समझ में
will
आता
they
है,
will not
नरेटिव समझ में
they
आता
will
है.
they will not meet you again.
Hmm. Hmm.
If you Even if you talk politics, or you don't talk politics, it is up to each and every person, but you should talk about positive. Whatever the scenario, country, or the world is going on, I am very positive, I am very hopeful
Hmm.
to do. I can do better, and I can help my country and the world better.
Hmm.
So that way, when somebody hears a positive attitude towards something, they feel that all right, यार, this is a good guy. This is a guy जहाँ से मेरे को भी एनर्जी मिल रही है, जहाँ से मेरे को भी एक
आप
पॉजिटिव सोचने को मिल रहा है. इतनी बुरी हालत में भी ही इज थिंकिंग कि नहीं, कुछ अच्छा हो सकता है.
तो ये बहुत अच्छा टिप है नेटवर्किंग के लिए. अगर आप नेटवर्किंग में किसी के पास जा रहे हो, टॉक पॉजिटिव. गो विद दैट माइंड फ्रेम दैट यू आर गोइंग टू टॉक पॉजिटिव. ये बहुत अच्छा नेटवर्किंग टिप है. बहुत से लोग ज्वाइन कर लेते हैं, बट देन हाउ टू गेट इनटू नेटवर्किंग, उसके लिए भी आपने अच्छा टिप दिया है. आई एम वेरी ग्लैड, मोहित, कि यू ब्रॉट अप दिस सम इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग्स अबाउट फाइनेंशियल एडवाइजिंग प्रोफेशन. जैसे आपने बोला, ट्रेनिंग करना जरूरी है, नेटवर्किंग करना जरूरी है, क्लाइंट का डेटा लेना, इंफॉर्मेशन लेना, कलेक्ट करके एनालाइज करना. these are some of the most important fundamentals, I suppose. And जो भी आपको देख रहे हैं अभी फाइनेंशियल एडवाइजर्स, they have to introspect, they have to review their own system and check whether they are having these things in place. Are they going and regularly getting trained in their field? Okay. Are they having a process to collect all important data of their client, analyze it time to time, and try to understand clients' need and offer them good solutions? And are they spending enough time on business networking, especially through professional networking, institutes like or BNI, right? Other networking
It can be
associations are also
Rotary,
there.
it can be, yeah,
Rotary, yeah,
social organization or community
yeah,
based organization.
absolutely,
Anywhere you have to meet people. Your objective is to meet people. As
right,
many as you can meet, uh, your business will grow.
yeah. And then sometime before, you also mentioned that advisor has to educate, मतलब webinar करो, अपने clients के लिए education में जाओ, go and spread education about financial awareness. इससे you are also giving back to the community. आपका भी knowledge, because you are doing a little background research before you give any training, आपका भी knowledge बढ़ रहा है, और clients are seeing that genuine advisor in you. ये सिर्फ सेलिंग नहीं कर रहा है, ये आकर आपको एडुकेट कर रहा है. एंड आई थिंक आई एम वेरी ग्लैड. आपने बहुत अच्छा कवर किया आज का, मतलब व्हाटएवर वी, एंड इट वेंट थ्रू द फ्लो. और मेरे को आई एम जस्ट लुकिंग एट दिस पॉडकास्ट एज अ फुल ऑफ सम छोटे छोटे जैम्स निकल के आए इस प्लेटफॉर्म से, आई थिंक, एंड इस पॉडकास्ट से. एंड आई एम श्योर क्लाइंट्स would definitely value advisor now. आपका सुनने के बाद they will understand the importance of advisors. They will also understand how to select an advisor, what has to be the background, what has to be the perspective. और advisor जो है, उनके लिए भी आपने जो टिप्स दिया है बिकॉज वी हैव बोथ टाइप ऑफ ऑडियंसेस फॉर आवर पॉडकास्ट एंड आई एम वेरी ग्लैड आप ऑर्गेनिकली नेचुरली ये सब कवर हो गया है. आई एम वेरी थैंकफुल टू यू मोहित for this wonderful session today. Personally, it was so much of learning, and I enjoyed. It just the time just flew by, and जितने clarity articulatively आपने ये सब explain किया है ना, I'm sure this is a very valuable podcast. Yes, thank you very much, Mohit. And I would urge everyone, whoever is watching this podcast, to actually take this jams that Mohit has explained us seriously. I strongly believe whatever he has said today are very critical aspects. For clients, you have to have an advisor. You have to be serious with your financial planning. You have to start early. There are steps that he has said. Health insurance पहले करना चाहिए. Term insurance second priority, and then your investments. Get deeper understanding of what he said. All the financial advisors, I would request every one of you to implement these tips in your business, and I'm sure it would definitely enhance your business also. And I will end this note on a very positive thing कि positive बात करो, and positive, अगर न्यूज खराब भी है तो पॉजिटिव बात करो. जितना पॉजिटिविटी स्प्रेड करोगे उतना अच्छा हो जाएगा. आई थिंक थैंक यू मोहित. आई एम वेरी थैंकफुल टू यू फॉर अटेंडिंग दिस पॉडकास्ट. इट वाज वंडरफुल टॉकिंग टू यू.
Thank you so much, Sachin, for inviting me and giving this opportunity to me to talk about my journey, my experience in this profession. And
Yes.
If maybe 1% of it has added value to your listeners, to your people who watch your podcast. I've been following your podcast. You have done different people in this of this industry, and I also learn from them. I always whenever I sit and hear any podcast, I always try to make some new points out of it because that helps. From last 4 years, 5 years, I'm a regular podcast listener. I have started. I am frankly telling you, I was not a good student at all. And if my teachers would see, my school teachers, my college teachers would see that I have started teaching students,
Yes.
they would I should say they would feel proud that
Yes.
not even if not being a good student academically,
Yes.
uh, I I have emerged as a teacher, and I love to teach people, and
Yes.
that's what through this I could able to, and I tell all the advisors to do that,
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
when you teach, you practice by yourself. So
Hmm.
अगर आपको कोई चीज नहीं आती, आप किसी और को जितना भी आता है आप उतना सिखाओगे ना, तो आपके नॉलेज में उतना ही एनहांसमेंट हो जाएगा, आप और कॉन्फिडेंट होते जाओगे. तो अपने
Right.
आसपास के बच्चों को सिखाना बहुत जरूरी है. इंश्योरेंस,
Yes.
फाइनेंशियल कंसल्टेंसी, अपने कॉलोनी के बच्चों को बैठ के ऐसे ही बात करो उनके साथ कि
Hmm.
आप क्या
Hmm.
बनना चाहते हो, आप क्या करना चाहते हो. सो व्हेन यू
Hmm.
डू सच काइंड ऑफ एक्टिविटीज, दे लुक अप टू यू एंड सी के अरे यार अंकल जो है ना बड़े मजेदार हैं, ये हमसे बातें करते हैं. बाकी सब अंकल जो है वो जाते हैं ऑफिस से घर आते हैं, घर में बैठे रहते हैं. ये अंकल के पास बहुत टाइम है, पता नहीं क्या क्या करते हैं. वो पूछते हैं अंकल आप काम नहीं करते हो. so so it's something which I found value in, by giving small
Yes.
experience sharing to small kids, उनसे बात करना, and that's what I love. And
Yes.
I am in this industry, or whatever I'm doing because only out of passion. I don't have any
Yes.
skill. I don't have any knowledge about this industry. I am not from financial background. I don't have any financial degree. It's all about my passion towards helping people that has brought me in this, and that is what giving me, or where I'm surviving in this business. It is not an easy business, but somehow
Yes.
God is there to help me, and people, good people around me, people like you who have been always motivating me in doing good work. That is what giving me energy, and
Yes.
I'm carrying it on.
I think I'll say you've been very humble to say that you don't understand finance. You are an expert. I should say that because I know you for a while now. And I know the kind of research and analysis you do. In your advising. So keep up that good work. And my wishes to investment options and your Finsol. Finsol is a newsletter that you have been circulating, and I see there is some very last time when you sent me that newsletter, I purposely checked on the article that you wrote on cyber security, and it was a very detailed article. Okay, I know I really feel your clients must be very happy about this newsletter coming to them. Keep up the good work, Mohit, and I wish you all the best. And the success is all going to be there naturally coming to you, because you are not, जो बोलते हैं ना कामयाबी के पीछे डायलॉग था ना वो थ्री इडियट्स में, कामयाब बनो कामयाब,
हाँ मतलब एक एक्सीलेंस के पीछे भागो, कामयाबी धक मार के पीछे आएगी,
जग मार के पीछे आ गई. So basically, I think your whole journey has been on that direction. You are adding value, you are educating, you have been very taking trainings for yourself, you have been very genuine in your and passionate about your advice. I think ये सब कुछ are excellence, and I'm sure कामयाबी तो आपको आएगी. I wish you all the best and thank you so much, Mohit. Okay, let's yes, thank you so
thank you
Mohit.
thank you thank
Yeah,
you sir,
it was
thank
a
you sir.
pleasure. It was a pleasure. It was a
Same
pleasure.
here, same here,
Yes.
same here.